Hello.
Hello. Hi. Happy holidays.
Yes, happy holidays. Oh man, like, do you know what this means? Happy holidays. Like, we're
That
like at the
means
end of 2022.
yes. It means that should follow with Happy New Year.
Yeah, and then my birthday.
Yay. Yes,
Yay.
yes.
Wow, my goodness. So, man. And it's like so interesting when like Christmas falls on like a Sunday. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just like so weird. And then it's like,
Yeah.
New Year's is gonna be on a Sunday too. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
people really can't, I mean they can, depending on how their work schedule is set up to see if they could possibly, really, really enjoy themselves. But I don't know, like it's not really like fun anymore to I always pretty much been a homebody when it came to New Year's anyway, so
Yeah.
um the one year that I did decide to go out was not a pleasant experience, but
I don't,
just
I don't,
definitely,
I don't think I've ever done it. I've never went out.
yeah, I did
Mm-mm.
it just one time, and that's it, never again.
Okay.
Just one time, it just wasn't worth it. It
I
just
bet.
wasn't.
Yeah. So
So,
how you
oh
doing?
man, I'm fantastic. Yeah, just been chilling all day, just relaxing. Just watching some
Mm-hmm.
things. I seen a funny I don't know. I guess this why it came up on my feed because I was watching I binge watch Alaska Daily,
Okay.
and it was pretty good. It had Hillary Swank in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Some
yeah,
the things that are going on in Alaska with the indigenous people there.
right. Like a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
indigenous women would go missing and everything, and then
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't really care. But the moment that a Caucasian went missing, they done let the bag loose and do whatever they can to locate her and stuff. So you
Mm-hmm.
know how that go.
Gotcha.
It's crazy. But man, we are here at episode 10 talking about
Yay.
plain Jane versus so-called pretty females. But before we get
Yeah.
into that, Azima, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on TikTok and Instagram as Azima, Azima, the only. And you can find me on YouTube and Facebook as Ozidi, Ozidi, Wellness and Fitness. Where can we find
Excellent.
you?
Oh yeah, you can find me across all platforms on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and that is same handle, Camp Jogo Fit. That's KampJogofit. Come fuck with
Mm-hmm.
us.
Yes,
so,
please.
so yeah, it's like I came across. I don't know if wait, we got a little message first. Let's see what that message is about. Yay,
All right.
Peace,
Ladybug
peace,
Prime.
peace, queens. What it do, Jovani and Azima?
Hi,
Unfortunately, I'm
Ladybug.
about to
Happy
start a
holidays.
show in a few minutes as well.
Okay.
Hopefully, you'll still be here when I get back. But what it
Well,
do?
I ain't going to work
Happy
tomorrow, so I'll see
holidays.
you.
So,
Oh yeah, all good. Yeah, I mean, all the best on your show, Tasha.
Mhm.
Love it. Got to keep it going. Got to keep these good conversations going in the midst of all these other crazy conversations like this one today. I don't know if everyone's seen the video posted, but it's definitely it's just definitely one of those cases. Is like, why did you feel the need to get on social media and say this? Because
What was said?
because people are just gonna dissect everything that you said, and the only reason why you got views is because you sound like a fool. But hey,
hmm
show
I can't.
let's.
I can't imagine.
Oh my God! But yeah, let me go ahead and play it so we can just get right into it. Oh, but before we do that, we got a comment. Yay!
But I'll say that I always consider myself a plain Jane. I mean, other people like, oh my god, you're pretty, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. I don't know. I'm just not that type of person that's like crazily all into my looks. Like, to me, I feel like I'm simple. I'm a simple girl.
I
With
feel
you
you.
know what? That's a very good point because it's like we're saying that. Who's to say that plain Janes aren't pretty?
Who's to
Plain
say that
Jane,
that plain Jane is plain?
yeah, plain Jane is just basking in their own energy. They don't care what anybody say. Like they're just unapologetic, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so let me go ahead and play the video, cause this right here, this you know I kind of express how I felt about it, but I want others to chime in to see if I'm weird, you know?
All
So
right, let's hear
here we
it.
go.
I just want to say this because it's really been on my mind lately. I have nothing against the plain Jane female, and what I mean by that, like the females who doesn't go out, the female who doesn't like get their makeup done, the female who doesn't really get their hair done often, the plain Jane females. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't have nothing against y'all, but why is it so hard for us pretty girls to come across a decent guy? It just seemed like all the guys, the good guys, always like cuff the plain Jane females, and I feel like you know us pretty girls, and I'm not calling the plain Jane females ugly. I'm just saying like the pretty girls that's extra, you know, you know, we love to dress up, we love fashion, we love keeping our nails and our hair done, and we just like to look good. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, it's hard being a pretty girl because I feel like it's a curse. Because I feel like we go through so much, and I feel like we always gotta prove ourselves to a nigga for a nigga to realize like we are the one, like we good, we a good girl. But I just feel like being pretty is just a fucking curse. And I done dealt with guys or whatever, and I
No,
done
you said niggas.
have a conversation with guys, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm scared of you."
Mm.
Like, what? What you mean you scared of me?
You sound
Like,
like a rant.
I don't be getting that. Like, what you mean? Why are you scared of me? I'm not gonna harm little old me. Like, I'm not gonna harm you. I'm not gonna hurt you. So why would you feel like you scared of me? I don't know. Is it because they know we got options and they feel like we can find somebody that's better than them or something like that? Because I don't know. I just need answers from the guys. I need anybody to comment or inbox me and let me know, why do guys always say that to pretty girls? They always say, "Oh, I'm scared of you. I'm scared of love. I'm scared to date you." Why is that? I just need answers, and it's because y'all go and cuff the plain Jane females. Y'all go marry them. Y'all go do anything to please them. Y'all treat them like the queen that they are. And like I said, I don't have nothing against the plain Jane females. I'm speaking for the females that keep their hair, their nails done, just keep themselves up every day, all day. So I need answers. Somebody please, yeah.
Wow, that was long,
Yeah, yeah,
long
yeah.
redundance. um, this is the video I was talking about, so I'm glad you found it because when I heard it, I was like, "What? Who says she's pretty?"
Yeah, like
Not that she's not. I'm just saying, who's
it's not
saying
that.
she's pretty? Like, why? Why is she singling herself out from a plain Jane?
Yeah,
Or
not
what?
only
Like,
that.
why is she separating the two? Like, there's two different women. That's all
Yeah,
I'm
and then
saying.
she has those edges that disrupts my nervous system that I can't stand. You know them edges that are
I
like
know what you're talking about.
the umbrella edges, that the umbrellas for your eyebrows, those kind of edges. Like, oh
Oh, okay.
God, I can't wait till I go out of style. Just
It ain't
drives me
going
crazy.
nowhere.
I know. So that just tells me I gotta get over it. So
Yeah.
let's just go ahead and dissect this right here because it's like, okay. So let's think of a different world, right? This show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We got, let's just use Whitley Gilbert and Cree
Ah.
Summer as an example.
Who's
Freddie,
Cree
let's
Summer
Whitley,
again? Oh, Freddie. Thank you.
Freddie. So
He killed
Freddie,
me.
was the hippie, raised by hippies,
Uh-huh.
flower child.
Yeah.
I guess by the terms, I would say that, she's a plain Jane,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel that Freddie was pretty. I
I feel like,
felt
yeah,
Whitley
she's pretty.
Gilbert was pretty in her own way too. She just chose to wear a lot of makeup and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But to say that why guys always choosing the plain Janes and everything, like I just always been a firm believer in why you worrying about what other people are doing, and you should never question why a man is attracted to another woman. That
Mm-hmm.
that's like dimming your light. Like that's telling
Yeah.
me you don't really know what your benefit is, or you don't know the light in you, or that
You don't see
that
that you're a
special
queen.
thing. Yes, exactly. And then you're like, oh, not that nothing against the pretty girls, the ones that gotta keep their hair done, but who says that the plain Janes don't keep their hair done?
Mm-hmm.
They may just do ponytails, or they just may wear their hair out. They just may wear some French braids, two
Mm,
French braids,
exactly.
that type of thing, or they may just
Mm-hmm.
wear some braids. Um, as far as makeup, maybe they don't feel the need to wear makeup every day, or they don't feel the need to, like, sort of like this show I remember back in the day. I don't remember what talk show it was, but it's funny how, like, I remember these instances that happened way back when, and
Mm-hmm.
then it fits to right now as an example.
Mm-hmm.
So this lady and this couple, the guy was like, he never like seen his woman without makeup. This bitch would get up early in the freaking morning just to put her face on, and then wake up in the bed
Mm-hmm.
next day.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I know for me, from when I was younger, I remember, even though there was one of my mom's, boyfriends or whatever. I didn't really care for him. But the upside is I did get to meet his mama. And his mama did influence on how I view makeup today. Not
Okay.
necessarily how I view it, but just my thoughts on when I'm going to wear makeup. I'm not going to wear makeup to go to the gym. Like, I'm going to work out.
I've always feared going to the gym with makeup on. Like if I start sweating, it will all drip in my eyes. Bad enough, my own sweat drips in
That's
my
what I'm
eye and
saying.
burns and
Like,
blinds me. I can't have other chemicals doing the same thing. So
right.
it never was a thought to put makeup on and go to the gym.
Right. And that's, you see that a lot. Look at Instagram, people have full faces on and
Mm-hmm.
everything. And yeah, I'm sure you'll attract more followers because you look, look, you know, put together, that's fine,
I
but it's
guess,
like,
yeah.
but not only that, we talked on our episode 9 when we talked about, um, women having worn relaxers and then experiencing those imbalances of their uterus now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those same companies be making makeup. So who's
Yes.
to say that they're not putting those endocrine disruptors inside the makeup?
Yeah.
So, women are getting bombarded from all angles here. So
Mm-hmm.
we should never look at it like, oh, she's a plain Jane. She don't really wear makeup and get her hair done. No, her priorities are just different, you know?
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, her priorities different. As far as I know, I never heard a dude say, I like a woman with her face beat. Maybe a little makeup is fine, but not like a whole new face put on.
Yeah, I think it just depends on the person.
Yeah, it definitely depends on the person. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
she thought, she'll probably get a lot of views, which I'm sure she did.
Mm-hmm.
Because essentially the video was first put on TikTok. I ended up seeing it on Facebook first
Mm-hmm.
because, I was just, interested. I woke up one morning and we looking at the feed and somebody was saying it. It's like, what? Plain Jane? Who? Like, who's to say that plain Janes are not pretty? Why are you saying that because you like to get your hair done and put on makeup and get your nails done that makes you pretty? You should feel pretty
Yeah,
regardless if you pretty.
I don't know. I think she's a bit confused about why the woman is the plain Jane, so-called plain Jane, is getting the attention. There's so much more to it than just the makeup and stuff. There's
Right.
views that might be similar to that the guy likes. There's things that she might be agreeable to that he might be agreeable to. There's just things that it's more to it than just your nails getting done, your eyebrows getting done, and you having looking pretty or so-called pretty. There's so much more to it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not
So.
to mention this, and the pretty girl, she had those like long lashes that look like they individuals and everything.
Mhm.
I don't know, sort of like, I don't know if you've seen this video, but there was a video where this lady got her eyes, her eyebrows, not her eyebrows, her
Mhm.
eyelashes individual, but there was some type of gook that was preventing her from looking. Like it was preventing, like her eyes would open, but there was like this film covering her pupils.
Yeah. Her eyes didn't like you know when your body don't like something and start doing some crazy shit.
Right, your body starts
Yeah.
reacting, like producing mucus and stuff.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons why I wouldn't put myself in the category of pretty girl. There's things I love to do. I would love to get eyelashes, fake
Me too.
lashes and put it on, but I just don't have the toleration, like mental toleration for it. I can't put that shit on my face. I can't do
I
it.
did that once.
And
I did that once, and man,
yeah,
it itched so bad. I
it's
pulled it
my
out, and even took
mm,
out some of my own eyelashes, but they
my own
grew back.
eyelashes
So
attack. That's all I
yeah,
gotta say. I
it
got
was
problems with my
so.
own eyelashes.
Yeah, exactly. And and those were given to me.
Yeah. I mean, they literally they just fall out and go into my eyeball, and I'm fighting every day. I'm like pulling new eyelashes out, and just with my own eyelashes. So I can't imagine wearing how uncomfortable it is. I mean, some people might find it very comforting, but for me, it's just not comfortable. And I can't have nails because I jam my own fingernails, into things, break them, and bleed. So I can't imagine putting something on top of my nails and experiencing that in full force. Like, there's just some things I'm just not willing to do to myself anymore.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
love
and
I love it. I just can't do it no more.
let's just I'm just gonna keep reverting back. We're being bombarded by chemicals from left to right, putting on your
Correct.
hair. And then you talk about, oh, the plain Janes that like to get their hair done. Well, this, she was particularly wearing a full front lace frontal wig or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So, you got to make sure that those wigs you wearing and the braids you wearing, that hair is quality too, because
Mhm.
there's all sorts of, like, if it's cheap, there's all sorts of chemicals that can seep through your skin. I mean, our skin is the biggest organ in our body, and it absorbs
Correct.
everything, every single
Everything.
thing. So
Mhm.
it's ingesting the cleaners that you're using to clean up, is ingesting you touching people, touching spaces, the makeup, the food, the everything, the car, like it's just touching everything. You're absorbing everything. And I guess it'll make sense why people don't seem like they have it all, because they are being exposed to all these doggone um, chemicals.
Mhm.
As far as the guy's perspective, I mean, for what I've noticed, or even like stories that I used to hear from Atlanta back in the days, where at the gentlemen's clubs, the the so-called light-skinned girls will make all the money, and they wouldn't do much for the guys to be attracted to them. But then the so-called dark-skinned girls had to do put on so much makeup, and then they had to just do so much to their hair and da 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 da. And there was like so much vitriol between the group of women, because
Mhm.
the so-called girls that are not doing much for their appearance is making all the money. I mean, shoot, I never, really been into, wearing makeup. Like, not that I don't mind wearing it, but there's just a time and place for it. If I'm going to, like, when I went to these trips to Oklahoma, and they had like a black tie event,
Mm-hmm.
it's only right that I put on some makeup. It being with this being a black tie event, we're gonna
Yeah, I guess so.
picture. Yeah, I mean,
I be
and not
forgetting to
even
do
a.
stuff.
Yeah, and it's not like I'm putting on a lot. I'm pretty much. I always just been a person to just want to do my eyes, just as long as my eyebrows, my eyeliner, and eyeshadow, maybe just a little bit of bronzer and lip gloss, and I'm good. But as far
Mm-hmm.
as putting on like foundation, like putting on a maybe a little concealer, but like just some foundation, all this other stuff, like they just got so much stuff for them to like put their makeup like to make it look great,
Mm-hmm.
so.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a comment. Let's hear this from Carol
Yeah,
Benson.
that's the only place I would wear makeup is to a party or some special event.
Yeah, so yeah, like, but there's some females out there that they gotta wear. They can't leave the house without makeup on, and not judging them if that's what they feel they need to do to make themselves better. That hey, that's great for me. I'm going just as long as my face is washed and I don't have no crust in my eye, and as long as I got my, stuff on my lips, some
Mm-hmm.
lip gloss, not even just lip gloss, but just some regular like lip stuff, that's made with good chemicals, because
Well,
especially, go ahead.
no, I'm just saying. There was a time I wore makeup a lot. It was right after I had my second kid. I was wearing makeup. My dad was still alive, and I would wear makeup to go to work, full face, did it real nice. Everybody was like, "Oh, you blended well," and I was just like, I was having fun, but also I had acne scars. I had a lot of acne. My diet was going bad. I didn't realize I was having issues with my thyroid at that time, so I was just trying to cover up whatever was going on my face. I was breaking out really bad. So, but the moment when I found out, my health issues and everything like that, and I started changing my diet and exercising and everything, that's when it started getting better. And then I didn't need the makeup anymore. And
Yeah.
and then, so I think, there might be a correlation, but then I see people who have perfect skin putting on makeup. I just know that I might have been insecure about my skin, and that's why I wore the makeup.
Well, I think the most important thing, because I know Maggie, who does my body contouring, she has great skin. She wears makeup and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, but she's also an esthetician as well. So she studied skin and everything, and her diet is really good. Like, she's definitely
Mm-hmm.
drinking a gallon of water a day, and
Mm-hmm.
so that's important to keep your skin clear like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you brought up the whole going to work, because when I was waiting tables, I remember reading an article saying that waitresses that wear makeup make 50% more tips. And when I was like, oh well, let me try that, and it definitely did come out to be true.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember I remember I don't I was there was not one time that I was not tipped, and it was pretty
Okay.
cool. Whatever. But But I guess we also got to look into alternatives too, for companies that are not, putting in those hormone disruptors inside, the makeup. We know that
Okay.
definitely, I'm sure the L'Oreal is probably doing it. I'm sure the Maybelline. I'm sure the Revlon. I'm sure all those companies that have been around forever. I'm sure they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm doing it.
yeah,
Yeah, I have a beauty brand, OZD Beauty. It's all full vegan and doesn't have any of those products disruptors inside the products. From lip glosses
excellent.
to soaps to foundation. It's
Oh
all
yeah.
vegan, all safe.
So everyone chiming in, don't hesitate to go to her site to go ahead and order that goodness, because
Yeah.
we can still look good, but we just got to be mindful of the products that we're choosing, so it doesn't
Mhm.
cause those disruptions on our system.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
and
I
of
have I have
course,
a friend that's allergic to almost everything. So you try to, you're thinking about the people in your circles and how to, make their life a little easier. And,
yeah,
that was the best way to go.
oh yes,
Hmm.
and I wish there was some guys on, but it's not a bad. But I mean, I pretty much know how guys feel about that because there's a lot of them that will complain on social media all the time about women wearing makeup because
Hmm.
now I understand completely what the guy's perspective on. I'm sure
Hmm.
you've seen those TikTok videos where you'll see those women that have like so much blemishes on their skin and they look, you know, once they put on all that makeup and put on that
Hmm.
wig, they look totally different. It's like night and day. Dr.
I see it on
Jekyll,
YouTube. Yeah.
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. And you know what? It made me think about the movie I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. I don't know if you've seen it, but
Yes, I seen it.
all right, you remember the cherry surprise scene, right?
Is that when she was taking off her leg and her boob and
Yes.
her
So I even
wig?
got the clip right here to play it real quick, just for laughs.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and play it, because this is hilarious. Just gonna speed it up a little bit. Give me all the 12 inches. Oh, 12. No. 12. No. No. That's 12. That's 12. Yeah, that's good. We gotta talk about the 12. 12. Yeah, about those 12 inches. Well, I lied. I really don't have 12 inches. No? I hope I didn't disappoint you. Well, I have a confession to make, too. Really? My eyes aren't really green. You know what else? Another secret. That's why she took off her wig and threw it at him. This is nice in the summer. Oh, wait. I'm glad to get these off. No, not that. Not the tits. Please don't. And that's with the right color. She took the breasts out. This voluptuous ass of mine. Guys always get a kick out of this one. Nah, she took the leg off. Oh, God, I feel so much better. I know you do, too. Look, ooh. Woo. Hey, you see? You no way. I have got to. Oh, please. Jovani, come on. Don't make me hop after you.
Hop after you.
So yeah, I think that's what guys are afraid of when they see a woman that has like so much makeup on, like
Hmm.
because you can do like such a metamorphosis when you have like makeup on.
Yeah, there was a story I heard, and I don't know how old it is, but the guy divorced a woman because when he saw her after the wedding, she didn't look nothing like she did prior to the wedding.
Oh, that's
And
whack.
I feel like that's really messed up because, you know, I don't like, did he get to know her? Like how did he get himself in that position? It just didn't make any sense, but I guess it really bothered him that she didn't look exactly the same way that she originally looked when he met her, which was with the makeup on. But what is he expecting? I just don't. That's crazy. It's just sad.
I mean, yeah, yeah. I
Because I'm
mean,
like, did he even get to
ultimately,
know her? You know?
well, it always makes me think about that Saved by the Bell episode when Lisa said to, I don't remember, she said it to Jesse or what was the other girl name? Well, one of
Mm.
them. But Lisa's the one that said, hey, the secret to wearing makeup is to not look like you have any on. And I
Okay.
think, with the way how makeup is set up now, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't, nobody, the times when I used to get my makeup done, I always told the makeup artist, give me the no makeup look. Because I remember I
Mm-hmm.
let this other guy do my makeup, and he had me looking like a drag queen, and I did not like, he liked the makeup. So, but the other guy that used to do my makeup, it didn't look like I had makeup on. He just put a little powder on my face that said no foundation. I didn't need it.
Mm-hmm.
I eat purposely so my skin can look clear, so I don't have to put all that stuff on my face, all that concealer, all that foundation, and all that extra powder, then that blush and that rouge and yada yada, all that stuff. Like, they got so many different like brushes you can use. I don't even know how to use all them brushes. I just like, look, whatever, I'm just gonna do whatever. I'm just gonna go for what I feel. But
Yeah.
and I think I kind of feel guys on that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel them, especially, with this clip, I just played for "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker." That was probably like the forefront of, showing us what's to come in the future on, people
You,
just put it on this facade of this is how they look.
yeah, I was thinking about that movie, and I was like, that movie is so dated. But
It
then
is.
it's interesting how things come full circle and
Yeah.
made it relevant again, because you are dealing with people that has literally changed themselves, morphed themselves into something else, and you don't know until you're with them that it's happened. And you want people, when you do something like that, you want people to accept you as you are. But it's
Right.
very hard when they didn't witness it happen, they didn't see it happen, they weren't there with you when it happened. So it's just like you're just, it's more of like a lie than
Oh,
a
deception.
thing. Yeah, that's deception. And then that's
Like
the way
Terry
they
Crews.
took it. you know so
Terry Crews
it's
and what's
typical
that
stuff.
movie with Marlon Wayans and Shawn Wayans,
White chicks.
White Chicks? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, oh, the deception.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute, you're not white, They had on all that makeup, to look white, and it was just hilarious. So,
That was a
but yeah, I
crazy
feel
movie.
guys. I mean, they even a lot of guys on social media even got to the point was like, yeah, our first date is gonna be at the beach or at the pool. So,
That
it's
sounds
so it sounds
appropriate.
logical. I
Yeah.
ain't mad at it because I'm like,
Hmm.
whatever. I don't really, wear makeup or
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm
So
like,
I was
it
like,
really, I can't wear my waist trainer there. I can't wear
yeah.
like I can't, there's a lot of things you can't wear when you go into the pool. I mean, you can try.
You can try it, but it may not be comfortable.
Yeah.
So
Lace front wigs that might not work out there. I'm like, why don't you get in
yeah,
the
it'll
water?
look it'll
Yeah.
look good if you just posing along the side of the pool or in the sand of the beach. It'll look cool, but it's like,
Hmm. Yeah, but they got really good glues now.
yeah, well, who want to do all of that?
Oh, there's people who really would. They would do all that stuff.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know. Trust me. Remember that girl a couple years ago who used Gorilla Glue for what
Oh
is she?
yeah, remember?
Yeah,
It
she used
don't
it on her
bend.
ponytail. Oh my gosh! And she ended up getting a whole bag for
Mm-mm.
people that I guess felt sorry for her or where her going fund me or what everything. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was
but
like, see this hair? It don't
yeah,
move. Yeah, I remember
yep.
that.
Exposed to all them chemicals from Gorilla Glue just to
Mm-hmm.
put on this have this image, just look. It's
Hmm.
not worth it.
No,
Definitely not worth it.
I think honestly, the real reason why I stopped doing a lot of things is just because it's just so time consuming,
It
and
really
I
is.
I really have a lot on my plate already. So to do that, I just it wasn't worth it, and stressful, and trying to do it every day. I remember a time
And
I did my
perfect.
nails every day. I did my hair every day. I did my makeup every day. And I was successful for a good long time. And I don't know what stopped me. And it could have been, like I said, the passing of my father, where I was just like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not trying to keep up appearances. I'm just gonna go with the flow and just, you know, and I can't do it anymore. That's when I made the decision, I think. Yeah.
Ain't
I
nothing
think
wrong
that
with
was the
that.
same year. Right after that year, that's when I stopped relaxing my hair because I was just like, why am I doing this? I asked a lot of questions about my behaviors and why am I doing this? So once I came to those conclusions, I was like, you know what? I don't want to, you know, do all this work for nothing. So let me just not do this work because it feels
Yeah.
like it's for nothing. And that's it. That was my conclusion on that stuff. It's
Yeah,
just
I know for me, like, especially when you mentioned that it can be time consuming.
yeah.
Like, say if I'm about to go out somewhere, like, times
Mhm.
I wore makeup when I went to go see, like, Corey Holcomb, or I went to go see that Mary concert or some type, whatever concert, that Wu Tang and Nas concert. Yeah, I wore makeup there because, it's going to be dark in there. And, the flash, I'm going to need that to kind of like not, the light don't drown in my face and everything, to have the makeup reflect the light or whatever. So
Mhm.
that's the purpose that it serves and stuff. But I know for me, it would just drive me so crazy when I would mess up on like something with my eyes, like
Yeah.
mess up like with the eyeliner or mess up with my eyebrows, and I got to do it again. Like, and it's
Yes.
like you're faced with that smudge on your face, and you got to get the coconut oil and the cotton ball or the cotton swab and try to get it off, and you're like,
Do it
oh
all over
dang,
again.
time. So it's like,
Mhm.
I just rather not even deal with it. Now, I would consider getting my eyebrows microbladed. I would
Mhm.
consider that because I just basically tattoo brows. But I know for me, I would probably want to get the mauve, the mauve look,
Uh-huh.
no, not the mauve, the matte look. I mean, see how much I
Okay.
know about this stuff? I really don't. I really don't know about this stuff. I act like I know, but I really don't know. But at the end of the
Mhm.
day, I'm not trying to be out here with my face beat.
But the
Um,
question is, does that make you a plain Jane just because you didn't do it? Because I feel like a pretty girl.
I I feel I'm a pretty girl. Like
Yeah.
I don't get where how this female
I
can
also
say
feel
that,
like a plain
oh,
Jane.
I'm a pretty girl because I do my hair, I do my makeup, I do my nails, and no, honey,
Mhm.
what you are is high maintenance.
I'd
You
say
know,
that. Yes.
yeah, you're high
Okay.
maintenance. But
See?
because plain Jane girls can be beautiful. So don't put yourself in this imaginary box that you have here, because and then to back it up to say, oh, not that I'm not saying that the plain Jane girls aren't pretty. There's a way to deliver your message too without trying
Mhm.
to, put somebody down and stuff. But I just think that she just wanted views, and she was probably frustrated. There was probably a
I think she
guy
was
that
just
she really,
frustrated. I don't know
yeah,
about the views part, but I know she was frustrated because if it doesn't bother you, the question would not have come up. She really didn't understand why she's putting all this effort, like I said, into into a look that wasn't bringing what she was trying to bring. it wasn't
right,
it wasn't doing the job, and she's trying to figure out why it's not doing the job. And that's the reason why I said, sometimes you just got to not do it because it doesn't mean nothing. Half of the time a guy will come up to you and try to talk to you on your worst looking days, when you got
yeah,
your stocking cap on and you're walking outside with your hair wrapped up in a bonnet. That's when they want to talk to you.
yeah,
That's
because they
that.
see the real you,
I
you know.
guess, yeah. But when you're all dressed up, dolled up, and everything like that, and there's no guarantee. It don't mean
But
nothing.
who's also to say that plain Jane girls don't get all dressed up and don't know how to, accessorize,
Yeah, that's why
like,
when you said high maintenance, I think that's the real thing behind it. He's looking
yeah,
at you and saying, "Oh, I'm scared of you because I don't know what you want from me. You look high maintenance. Does that mean that you only want my money? Uh, what's the real goal behind it? They're putting their guard up, hence they're,
yeah.
because they're looking at you and can't figure you out. They don't know you, they can't see you really. So maybe that's the conclusion that they're coming to when she's talking about they say that they're afraid of her.
I I honestly think as well that there was probably a guy that she liked, and he
Mhm.
ended up talking to a plain Jane, her so-called plain Jane girl instead, and that bothered
Mhm.
her. That's what
Yeah.
I'm getting from this, because that's the only thing that could like trigger a rant like this.
Yeah. Because I'm like, why can't a plain Jane have love too?
Yeah.
She's
So
plain Jane.
yeah,
She
just
she
like
she's attractive.
yeah, exactly. And then when I'm looking at the video of her, Miss Pretty, she's
Mhm.
it from what I see, it doesn't appear that, it didn't appear that she looked ugly or had a lot of, makeup on to hide her blemishes and stuff. But it's like her
Yeah.
attitude about the whole thing. Like my thing is, why are you worried about what chick a guy likes? You're not
Yeah.
looking within your soul, in the depths of your soul. You're not looking at your benefits that you bring to the table. There's more to it, and it ultimately it depends on your goals too. If you just want to be pranced around like some eye candy, then okay, I could understand, being high maintenance like that. But if you hear a lot of these conversations, online, from these men, they don't. At least that's what they say. I don't, you
Yeah.
could say one thing online but have a totally different viewpoint. But
Mhm.
they want to be able to make sure that they can maintain you too, because stuff happens. Economies change all the time.
Yeah.
you know
Exactly.
they don't want it to be an instance where like, oh wow, you changed or whatever. But
Mhm.
on the flip side, um some people's makeup is so good, that when you're dealing with somebody who's like a transgender and everything, you know they they've gotten so better through the years, like, as
Well,
far as
transgender people like the natural look too. So
right.
you
But
know.
a lot of them, you sometimes with the way how they face beat up, you can't tell the
Mhm.
difference.
Mhm.
If you're just looking without looking at the hands and the feet, you're just like, oh my gosh, that's a beautiful woman. Because I
Yeah.
know there
Nice
was
contour.
right, exactly. you know
Mhm.
And so I think ultimately that's another thing that men may be afraid of too, when it comes to that.
It's possible,
It's possible,
if
yeah. I think,
everybody's looking the same, you're not really sure who's who. I was listening to Glorilla. She was talking about she was she was, somebody wanted to meet her and they were willing to pay to meet her. And when she got there, they were disappointed. And they were disappointed because they really thought she was a transgender woman and they didn't want to
oh,
spend their time with her when she got
oh my
there.
goodness.
So I feel like I don't know, just the level of makeup that people are putting on these days. It's just everyone's confused. They either want something, you don't know what they want till you get there, or they just, like you said, like she said, they're afraid. So maybe, they just don't know what they're getting and they don't want to see what they're getting. Like, that's why they don't mess with her. Maybe she wears, it's just it's too much confusion going on. I think people need to be a little bit more transparent just so, they can get what they want, because I think people don't want to they like looking at a beautiful woman with makeup on, but then you don't know what's under the makeup, and that
Right.
might disturb some people or raise more questions, and then they just don't want to deal with it.
And then Glorilla, she's very pretty without makeup. Like, I follow her on IG, and
Mhm.
she does some, lives and stuff, without the makeup, without the lashes. She's very pretty without all of that.
Mhm. I'm sure she is.
Yeah. So, without all of that, with even though she does them edges that drive me crazy, but
Mhm.
but it's all good. That's something I have to get over.
Yes, yes. Some days I want edges, and then some days I don't. And some days I
Yeah.
want my nails done, and some days I don't.
You sound
I
like
don't
a
want my nails
DRE.
done. Yes,
You
I'm
just
in the
sang
I
the
don't
DRE
right
song.
now. I just want comfort. That's where I'm at
Yeah.
right now. I just need my comfort. When I'm ready to doll up, I'll do it. But right now, comfort is all I'm looking for. Peace of mind,
You,
no
you know what
stress.
for me, what I always got to remember, because I have a bad habit of rubbing my eyes.
That you have
So
makeup on.
So essentially, that wouldn't be a bright idea for me to do that when I have eyeliner and eyeshadow on, because then it's gonna, be all messed up. So, that's why when if I'm gonna wear makeup, I gotta be at something special to do that, or
Yeah.
if it is like a date or something, yeah, wear a little eye makeup, a little bronzer, spray some rose water on my face, and look good,
I play
But
myself. I play myself. I forget all the time. I'll be rubbing my eye. Got the
yeah.
dust from the mascara in my eye.
Yeah,
It's
the
all looking
mascara.
like
Oh
I
my
got punched in the
gosh,
face.
that
Oh,
thing,
dry. Yeah.
that thing is. And then another thing, I find it so hard to get all that stuff off. Like I'll use when I do take off when I do wear makeup, I'll use like coconut oil to like get the makeup off first, and then I wash my face.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like those makeup removers, you got to use so much of those wipes. So it's like if I'm gonna do that, let me just use the coconut oil, so I don't gotta worry about the
Your eye
coconut
burning.
oil irritating my eye. Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of them things, the makeup removers are like, hey, what's the biggest thing? Don't get in your eye. So
And how am I supposed to take this stuff off my eye if I can't get it in my eye?
right, and especially when you're
Mm-mm.
dealing with like waterproof mascara,
Yep.
you definitely got to use the some type of oil for that, because the
That's the
water
only
ain't
thing
gonna.
I use is coconut oil. My body
Yeah,
likes it. My hair
yeah,
likes it. My body likes it. Coconut oil is the way to go.
it definitely is. I know that's all I've been
Hmm
putting on my body for the mixing with other oils too. For the pat for like forever. I can't tell you the last time I put some commercial lotion on my body. That's just something I don't do. But I will make my own little oil mix with different oils to kind of like, depending on what's available,
hmm
and just mix it all together. So the coke, because you know how the coconut oil, if it's cold, it's gonna become
Solidify.
solid.
Yeah.
But so when I mix the other oils that stay liquid, even at below room temperature, I
hmm
find that the coconut oil stays like that too. So that's my
hmm
little
Yeah.
tip here. I
Mix it with
like giving
some grapeseed oil.
tips. I never tried grapeseed oil, but
It's nice. It
I
smells good
will
too.
I will have like some almond oil that
Mm.
I'll get from this site that I usually get, and then a little bitty oils that I'll go to this international market. These oils, they come from like India and stuff. That's how
hmm
they have so long hair over there. So I'll get that stuff and mix it all together depending on what they have available,
Yeah.
and it just it does it good. So oh wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, so ladies, listening, tell me what you think. What is the difference between what do you consider yourself, rather, a plain Jane or
I
a pretty girl?
I think I'm both. I think I'm
Yeah,
both. I think I'm just a pretty girl, period. And I can transition into plain Azima when I feel like it. And I'm in a plain Azima mode right now. That
yeah,
looks pretty. And people are like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing. I'm doing nothing. I really don't care. I didn't wash my face yesterday." And then I can, but when I'm going into pretty mode, it's pretty girl mode. It's not really for anybody. It's not for an event. It's just because I my mood. I feel like putting the effort in. I'll put on perfume. I'll put on makeup. I'll slay my edges. I'll find a nice way to do my hair, or I'll put some locks in with the with ombre look to it. Whatever it is, when I'm getting in that mode, it's because I wanted to go there, not because of anything special. I just wanted to do it. I'll go to the
yeah.
extent of even lotioning my legs. But
And that's how it should be. It should be for you.
right
And
now,
maybe
I'm in
that's
plain J mode.
maybe that's Miss So-called Pretty Girl's issue there, that she's doing it for other people and not doing it for
Not for
herself.
herself, exactly. Like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be doing it to get the attention of people that I
I
like.
will admit, the times that I have got my makeup done by somebody, just the way how that brush touches like pressure points and stuff, and you know, you definitely feel the difference, especially like around your eyes and stuff. It really feels nice. So, you know, I could definitely understand if you like doing makeup because you kind of like touch those pressure point areas to give you relief in your like total body. So yeah, that's a good, you know, nothing wrong with that. But
I need to know
as
where those
far,
pressure points are.
I mean, it's all just around your eyes and, you know, under your eye, right around your
Mm-hmm.
nose, your T-zone area, like all like that.
Sinuses.
Yeah, everywhere on your body there's just like pressure points, you know.
Mm,
So, you know, to kind of relieve that whole reflexology point to everywhere in your body. That's a beautiful thing.
yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, as far as me, I mean, I consider myself a pretty girl when I'm playing. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
always a pretty girl. It's just
yeah,
what extreme? Where on the Richter scale from 0 to 10 am I a pretty girl? Am I pretty girl or am I plain Jane, which is the 0? Not a 0, but you get what I'm saying. It's like
absolutely.
what extreme am I? You know, am I just like a natural beauty? Did I add something to it? Well, who am I this day? That's why
Right.
I come to those conclusions. So I never really looked at it as just like how do I feel?
Yeah,
How do
it's
I
all
feel
about how
that
you
day?
feel. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, me waking up in the morning and expressing my gratitude, that makes me feel pretty.
Yeah.
You
Feeling
know,
good, feeling thankful,
me,
accomplished.
me being in a good mood, good health, that makes me feel pretty.
Yes. See?
So yeah, I mean, I just, I just really kind of wish people would like stop bit ranting online about stuff that, you know, they didn't fully think through. You know, I think with that you got to kind of look at things from both sides of a coin instead of just looking at it from your perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I know one thing is for sure. You know, a woman that doesn't feel that she needs to do all of that, you know, she's gonna win regardless because it's all about being comfortable in your skin. You have to be that way. This is how you came out your mother's womb. You know,
Yeah.
to you gotta let your inner light shine, you know,
Yeah.
but to put all that stuff on your face, you know, you're not letting your light shine.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you learn about somebody else and um why the guy's not feeling you and feeling her. I
Yeah.
wish I would have ever questioned that. I never in my life questioned that about another female.
That's why I'm thinking when she was talking, it sounded like a rant, but she was trying not to sound like a rant. And I think she was really frustrated about what was happening. Something happened where she thought she was putting all the work and she was really getting this person's attention through her pretty girlness and just realized it didn't work. And I can see that being frustrating. I feel the frustration. I felt that way before long ago, that all the effort you do and it meant nothing. And
I'm just
she don't want it to feel like it meant nothing.
She don't want
But
to take
it
accountability
yeah. So
because
I'm
she could have
saying,
very well said something crazy to dude if this was the case. She could have said something real crazy to dude, and dude probably didn't like what she had to say because she clearly doesn't have no filter, you
yeah.
know, or
Yeah,
just
because
blurts things out without.
me personally, if I was a guy, a woman calling me the N word would have thrown me the fuck off. Like I can't.
Exactly. That's another thing.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, you trying to look good for these niggas and stuff? Like, why are you trying to look good for niggas? Why
Mhm.
don't you try to look good for these men out here?"
Mhm. Yeah. So I think like I said, the choice of words and probably wasn't didn't come out as clearly as it did in her video to the person who she was talking to originally, or wanted the
Yeah,
attention from. Probably came out wrong. Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't
You
know
know,
what she went through, but it seems like it was a little negative experience
it
for her.
was.
Yeah.
She seemed like was in her early 20s and stuff.
Hmm.
It definitely takes time. That definitely you'll essentially learn how to be more tactful. Hopefully, when you get older, sort of
Hmm.
like you remember that I know you remember Be Cool, right?
Yes.
And Be Cool when
Are you talking about Andre 3000's character?
no, not Andre D 3000's character, more Vince Vaughn's character when he was like to the secretary when she came in and told him whatever about what Nick Carr said, and he was
Hmm.
like, "You better have a personality once you turn 30." And finance ain't gonna get you around forever.
Yeah.
So I think, I think a lot of people probably need to see that clip of the movie, especially women.
Hmm.
Even though it was a funny, comedy movie, but there's some good gems that you can get out of, these comedy movies as well. And
Hmm.
that's a very good one. Like, work on your personality. Like, Plain Jane girls could have a bomb ass personality.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Have a good personality, and the men will melt.
To
You will
learn, know
have
how to talk to people.
know how to talk to people, and you
Hmm.
will just have people putty in your hands. You know how to talk to people. You're comfortable in your skin. You have a great personality. You can't lose.
Hmm.
But if you're trying to cover up, your lack of assertiveness, your lack of tactfulness, your lack of personality with makeup and stuff, is like, well, okay, well, what separates you from all the rest of the majority of the women that, think that you're going to attract a man by, you know, dressing a certain way or making sure your hair done a certain way. And it's not that, men don't like to see their women nice and dressed up too. They like that,
Hmm.
but they also want you to be comfortable. And if you just don't decide you want to wear makeup today, and there's nothing wrong with that at
Okay.
all.
Yeah.
Oh man, look at this, 8:56. Man, this is a great convo here. I'm so glad we have this opportunity, and just was able to bring out these great points, share these video clips of
Hmm.
the Plain Jane pretty girl, and then of course that clip from the movie I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Very
That was
funny.
silly. I know.
It was silly, but definitely was some truth in it, especially what we're seeing today. You know,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I hope people understand. Like, I understand everybody's doing things to make themselves feel better about themselves, but like, there are always consequences to that. When you're doing the augmentations, the makeup, the wigs, all that stuff. When people don't know who you are, there's always gonna be, resistance. It's just is That's just the way it is until
exactly.
they get to know you. And if they don't want the opportunity to know you, you can't hold them, fault them for it, because they don't know you, and they weren't there. And you just have to find people who match your level, and that's it. Like, I feel like there was one of the episodes we are talking about, just finding people who match your level. Stop trying to acquire something that um just doesn't want
Let
to
it
give a fuck.
flow.
Yeah, let it
You
let it
gotta let
just
it
yeah.
flow.
Hmm.
You can't
Instead of
be like,
forcing it.
oh, no forcing it. We're not
Yeah.
forcing nothing no more. We just
Not in
gonna let
2023. Come on.
not
We
in
get
the
enough of
end of
that shit.
2022. Definitely not in 2023.
Mm-mm.
So if you want to feel good, hey, get a fitness regimen. I know that's what I do to feel good.
Hmm.
So go
Yeah.
out for walks in nature. Like,
That's what I
that's a
do.
beautiful thing to, have some nice sun just beaming on your face. I
Air
miss
blowing through
summer.
you. Yeah. Well, the air's nice and crisp right now. You can go for a walk.
Yeah. Well,
Get that cool air down your lungs.
yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know about this. Like, I don't have, I don't, with this cold front we have for the past couple days is like,
I know. It's a
it's
lot.
9 like, I like to get up early in the morning and go work out. And it was like 9 degrees one day. I was like, what is this? I didn't sign up for this. I didn't come to the South for this. I got to move further south then.
Yeah,
But,
Miami. It's cold there too, from what I heard.
well, not as, they got a little bit more warmth over there. So, but
Hmm.
man, we had 8:59 right now. Azima, where can everyone find you?
Again, y'all can find me on TikTok and Instagram as Azima, Azima, the only. And you can find me on Facebook and YouTube as OZD Wellness and Fitness. That's OZIDI, Wellness and Fitness. All right?
Excellent.
And where can we find
And,
you?
oh, yes. So you can find me across all platforms: TikTok, IG, Facebook, YouTube. Same handle at CamJogoFit. That is KampJogofit. Come
Okay.
on and holler at us.
All
So
right.
yeah, it was definitely great. I'll definitely be premiering tomorrow. Well, last week's episode 9, about if you use relaxers on YouTube. And this episode will definitely be up shortly as well. Make sure you
All right.
subscribe to the Winefine podcast on YouTube. That's WINEFINE podcast. Yes, subscribe to us there so we can go live directly from YouTube, talking about these great conversations and looking at it from different perspectives.
Yes, and just remember, we're all pretty girls.
Yes, we are. It's the Pretty Girl Rock.
That's right. Have a
Just,
good day. Good night.
just as long as you ain't comfortable in your skin, you pretty.
That's right. Good night,
All right.
guys.
Good night. Thanks so much for
Thank you,
listening.
Carol.
We
Thank you,
appreciate you.
Elle. Have a good night.
Good night. Good night.